Well, grand rising to all of you, my family and friends, and of course, welcome to Yolanda Monet's Motivational Moment. And before I start, I must do my salutations. Aboragani, Assalamu alaikum, Ikaro. Now that I've done my salutations, let's get into the meat of the message for today. Now, as you know, well, maybe not, but letting go is probably one of the hardest things in the world to do, especially when you are emotionally tied to someone, something, someplace. It is hard to separate yourself since you have placed that inside of yourself to grow and to nurture. So a lot of times when we don't realize that that thing is bad for us, it's because we're in the picture. You can't see the full picture when you're in the picture. So sometimes when we are going through things and we hold on to certain things, those things really do hurt us in the long run. So when you think of life itself, when you think of things that may or may not have happened, things that may or may not go wrong, sometimes it's because we have not let go of those things that no longer are useful to us. Now, letting go involves accepting what you cannot change. And I do believe that that is the first part of the serenity prayer. Grant me the serenity to change the things that I can change and to accept the things that I cannot, or something like that. I've never really had to say it verbatim, but I've done enough plays to know just the gist of it. Anyway, it involves accepting what you cannot change, focus on your present, and forgiving yourself and others. It is a process of acknowledgement of emotions, practicing mindfulness, and creating a supportive system to help you move forward. Now, give me some details on how to break down of how this letting go thing works. Because I know when I have my heart entangled in something, it's hard for me to let that go because I have placed some things in my mind that I expect to happen. I have some things in my heart that I would like to happen. And then physically, your body starts to crave things that you begin to get that you like. And that's why, anything could be a drug, or food could be drugs. Of course, crack cocaine or methamphetamines or meth or anything like that could be very addictive if tried one time. And so can attachments. Attachments can be very addictive. Number one, you have to identify and name your feeling, the feeling that's associated with that particular experience. Don't suppress emotions like sadness, anger, or regret. Labeling them can help you understand and managing them. That right there is a trigger. Label it. I know it. So when that starts to come up, I have some ways or some things to help me through that particular incident. Feel your feelings. Allow yourself to express emotions without judgment. This can involve crying, journaling, or talking to a trusted friend. Never leave that stuff bottled up because that's how disease comes and infiltrates the body. Then don't beat yourself up about it. Be kind to yourself and acknowledge that it's okay to feel or to a range of emotions during the process. It's okay to be mad, to be happy, to be confused, to be sad, to be angry. There are steps, especially steps to grieving. There are a lot of different steps to grieving. And sometimes we just think, get over it. If you trust in God and know that there is a bigger being, then it shouldn't affect you. That's poppycock. And that's bullcrap. If something affects you, then it affects you. And the way it affects you may not affect anybody else. So they can't tell you how to feel. They can't tell you how to react because they are not you. Okay? Then accept and forgive. Accept it. I know that happened. I can't do nothing about it. I said what I said. I may not have meant it the way it came out, but I very did mean more words. Okay? Then acceptance. Recognize that you cannot control everything and that some things are simply beyond your control. I can't control what other folk do. I can only control my reactions to what they do. You cannot control other people, places, or things. The only thing that you are in control of is yourself. Forgive. Forgive yourself and others for past mistakes. Holding on to resentment or anger can only hinder your abilities to move forward. And I'm going to put a pin right here because I used to believe that forgiving others meant I forgave their, or I condoned their, what they did. No. Forgiving is releasing myself from their bondage of what they did. So even though I forgive you, don't mean we got to hang out. It don't mean we're going to be ace boom coon. It does not mean that we're going to just hang. No, no. Just because I've forgiven you, that's not for you, sweetheart. That's for me. I forgive for myself so that I don't hold these things inside of me to mess up my next relationship, to mess up my next friendship, to mess up whatever I am doing in the future. That's why you forgive. It's not for the other person. It's not for the, I'm going to say it again. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. Forgive them and then move forward. Now, it's up to you if you go back to what made you get in that situation in the beginning. But never, ever give anybody the keys to your house that does not pay rent. I'm going to say it again. Never give anyone keys to your house that don't pay rent. And that's like in the right now present and in the spiritual. Feeding your house or paying rent in your house truly means making an investment in wherever you are, making an investment in your wife, making an investment into your husband. That's making sure that you are there for them mentally, spiritually, and physically. You have to be able to walk in your own. And the next one is to focus on the present. Don't dwell on the past. Instead, focus on the present moment and the things you can control by practicing mindfulness and self-care. Sometimes we cannot change the outer thing. We can't change that thing. We can only change us. And if I start to move a little bit different, it's because I found something out that I did not like. And in order for me to navigate through this particular things, I have to step back and see, is this relationship with this person, is it elevating me or is it bringing me down? Sometimes we get attached to people that are bringing us down, and we don't know it till you look up and it's like, oh my God, I'm in a hole. When a person does not feed into your psyche, a person does not feed into your spirit, a person does not feed into your soul, news, bang, 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 news, that person is not for you. And that goes for friendships. Now, I have some very close friends. Now, we don't hang out all day, every day, and we're not around each other all the time. But I know if I need them, they are there. If if I'm having a hard time with something, I know that I can go to them and talk things through before I physically, mentally, or spiritually do something that I really shouldn't. Okay. Now, engage in practices like meditation, deep breathing, and yoga to help you stay present and to reduce stress. Sometimes we gotta breathe. Just taking time out to sit back and just breathe. And like I know, life hits us constantly, hitting. It does not give us a break. Once one thing is fixed, the next. And sometimes it don't even give the other thing a chance to fix before something else goes wrong. I know, I've been there. I've walked through those shoes. But it's one thing that I do know. If you hold on, take time mentally away to regroup. Your brain is a computer. And it needs time to defrag. It needs time to get things back in order. It needs time to just woosah. And then you can revisit the problem at a later time when you have a fresh mind, a fresh set of eyes, and another perspective. A lot of times we kill it because of our perspective, because it didn't work for your cousin. Does not mean it's not going to work for you. It's your perspective. How do you see things happening? How do you want for things to change? Change will only come when you change. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Change will only come when you change. When you start to see things differently. When things become a little bit clearer, because what? I see something that I didn't see before. And a lot of times from that first thing that happened, we instantly cut it off. I know for me, I have a bad habit of that. Because I value my inner peace. And if I feel that something or someone is trying to mess with it, then I retreat. I remove myself, because that's my way of protecting me and you. Because I know my mouth can be very dangerous. It's lethal. And sometimes I will react before thinking. So in order to save that particular moment or to save that person, I will leave. I will be the bigger person and leave, because that is my way of stepping back and removing myself. And it's a part of my self-care. Now, prioritizing activities and nourishing your body, mind, and soul means getting enough sleep, eating healthy, and engaging in hobbies you enjoy. It's more than a one. I paint, and I'm not a good painter by any means, but I do great with collages and stuff like that. And I do great with just seeing, like, if I do a mural with just eyes, I have different eyes, and how the eyes are the windows to the soul. The eyes can make you see things that are not there, or feel things that are not there, even though the eyes are foreseeing. A lot of times we see things and then we feel, or we feel things then we see. They're interchangeable. And then create a support system. Everybody is not in your corner. Everybody does not want to see you succeed. Hook up with people who have already gone the way that you're trying to go, and who is able to lend a helping hand. Create or connect with friends, family, and a therapist who can help you guide and support through this process. It's okay to see a therapist. I know in the African American society it is frowned upon, but let me tell you, therapy can help you sort out a lot of things. You may be looking at it differently. You may be looking at it a different way. Just helping you to maneuver through this thing called life. And create physical and emotional distance. Physical distance is appropriate when you are wanting to have space during a situation to calm down. Emotional distance, practicing letting go of expectations and clinging control. It is very important that you know those things about yourself. Because if you don't know the things that trigger you, then I'm telling you, it's going to happen over and over again. And then you yourself are going to internalize, why is that happening to me? Because you allowed it. Once you say, hey, look, this is not what I'm going to accept in my realm. And if it does come, I will do blank. Always have a consequence or repercussion for anything or anybody who infiltrates, go against, or don't care about what you hold dear. Hold yourself in the utmost of status, because you are special. You are loved and you are needed. We need your voice. Stand up and speak it. So with that being said, don't forget to go and check me out on my YouTube page. It's Elonda Monet Hatter. That's Elonda Monet, M-O-N-I-A, Hatter. Like, click, and share. As I have said many times before, I love you, but God loves you more. But always remember, I'll see you at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. Peace.